The JCI Hong Kong Senate Cup Race 7, our feature of the afternoon. It's on the all-weather and it's Class 3 company. Headed by Packing Warrior, who's trialled well going in. Huang Shan, quite a few gear changes, pacifiers on, tongue tie on, blinkers come off. Warm the Voice goes in fresh. Bear Slam second up, Rickfield's first up. Perfect to Play, Rule the Rooster, both had a start and run well. We go down to Clear Choice, Willie Way. Dealmaker looking to make it 3 on the trot. And that'll be good for Chad Schofield if that's the case, and it'll certainly make Hannah smile. Ultimate Glory, Unicorn Baby, and Ho Ho Feel. Now, Chun Fa, last 30 days, Packing Warrior, Perfect to Play, Rule the Roost, who was Paul's horse to follow, if I serves me correctly, and Clear Choice have all been up there. We'll find out that for sure in a moment, Tom. Good to slow the prediction here, but I think it'll be on the better side of good here because you've got Dealmaker. I think he might get a little bit of pressure from Tang Fleming because we know he likes to get along and roll. He's got the apprentice on, Jack Wong claiming the £3. Clear Choice was able to lead and win a barrier trial up at Chung Fa fairly nicely there. Rule the Roost, Unicorn Baby. A lot of runners in this race like to settle back, so there'll be a few towards the back there. But I think Dealmaker might get a bit of pressure from Tang Fleming.
Bear Slam goes nicely here. He's quite keen, as you can see. He's under a good hold as well as he comes down. We know he likes the surface. He was a good second behind Buddies last time, and he looks fresh and ready to go, does Bear Slam. Tang Fleming, he's one of the likely pace influences in the race, and he was pushed out the end of this gallop here, but he did respond well. A little bit warm around the neck, as you can see. Nothing too much to worry about, but he went nice. He's got a wide draw to overcome. And the other one we're going to have a look at here is Dealmaker. Now, he's the other leader. He's going for a hat-trick, as we mentioned. He goes well once again here this morning, and his track work's been well, but he won't get his own way in front. That's the only query. No, but I think Chad's certainly smiling as well after the 2 performances of him lately. He's looked a different class, Dealmaker. We'll get to him in a moment. Bear Slam, Rule the Roost, Tang Fleming. That's Rule the Roost was your horse to follow from this, Paul? Yeah, no, you can see this was his first start on the all-weather. He's quite well bred for it by Reduced Choice out of a Monsun mare, and I just like the way he hit the line here. So I'm going to go with him at a price. So I'll make him the long shot. He hit the line nicely. I think Bear Slam, again, is one of the main dangers, but with that 1650 under his belt and with the benefit of this run, I think he'll come on from it. Bear Slam, US bred. It looks like he certainly handles the surface very well. He's getting close to a win for David Ferraris, I think, so he's a definite. Got your lips around Bear now. Bear Slam. As opposed to Bear Slam. Perfect to Play. Let's take a look at him first up. He ran well, went third behind Last Kingdom and actually jumped favourite, 3.2. He did. That was a nice effort, beaten 2.5. He's only had a couple of runs on the all-weather. He has run third behind General Dino on the all-weather back in April, so he's got a little bit of form there. His other one, he was well out of it behind King Shield. Shafano running on okay there just in front of him, but he stayed on okay. Zach riding for Casper, so Casper's got 3 live chances in the dirt races. I thought Shafano was unlucky not to win last start too, and Perfect to Play. Paul, still a few rating points in hand, you feel? I think so, yeah. I haven't got him in because I think this is quite a strong all-weather race, this one, and I do prefer him at Happy Valley. And saying that, I still think he'll run well. All right, let's go to the man we've been chatting about in Chad Schofield, who will take the ride on Dealmaker.
Chad, Dealmaker, that looked a pretty easy win last time out. I reckon I could have even won on him.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's just gone to a whole new level since he's joined Jimmy's stable. There's obviously his win at the end of last season and then first up. To be honest, with the lead he had, as soft as it was, he probably was entitled to put a little gap on them, but he did win well and up in class now with less weight. Hopefully he can continue on his winning ways.
Does he have to lead? There's a horse like Tang Fleming in the race who could press on from a wide gate. Is he one-dimensional, or could you take a sit if necessary?
He can take a sit. When he won his first race, he took a sit. He didn't lead that day, and he's quick out of the gates. He's got good gate speed, so he can get across, and then I can just assess from there, but he's pretty versatile to ride.
You've ridden him in his last couple of gallops, so how's he come through his last run?
Yeah, I think he's come on nicely. I think he's taken good benefit from his first up run, and he's going to run very well.
I was notified through social media that you went for a 15k run yesterday. Just is that part of your regular routine heading into a race meeting to be at your peak fitness?
Yeah, I enjoy running. Thinking about doing the Hong Kong Marathon early next year, so getting into it.
He would have had a few tunes going in his ears, I would have thought, on a 15k run. You need a bit of Metallica or something to keep you motivated. Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, Rage Against the Machine. Yes, good effort though, 15k. Let's see how Dealmaker goes. He's going to be favourite, I would have thought, and likely the hardest to beat. Packing Warrior. Now, you made a case for this last season, Paul. He ran a good second behind Band of Brothers, who resumes a little bit later in the card, race 8 or 9. Do we make a case for him first up?
Yeah, look, I haven't put him in the end because of the weight. He's got to carry 133 pounds from barrier 7, but he's an interesting one coming on the surface. He did run once on it behind Glorious Artist last season. It was a wet slow on that occasion, but he seems to work on it.
He's the one for us winning that trial. Guy Dragons there, Lakeshore Eagle, who's going round, is back in that trial there as well, so a few useful sticks in there.
Definitely. Clear choice, rather, I should say. Had some inappetence back on the 15th of September, which is why he didn't have his first debut expected on that date. So we've had to wait a little bit for him, but he was in red-hot form at the end of last term.
He was. I don't know what you can really take out of this trial. He led and pretty much dominated all of the way. They couldn't really get near him. Cool team running home there for second. I think that might be even fresh power there for a third. But this trial was quite some time ago up at Chungfa.
Worth taking note that since that trial, he's had inappetence.
Yeah.
So we'll get Jenny's report on how he is. But he was definitely in good form at the end of last season. But Dealmaker does look hard to turn over.
Yeah, there's numerous chances, I thought, in this race. It's a really nice race, this one. So I'm going to go with a bit of value with Rule the Roost, second up on the all-weather. And I just really like the way he hit the line. He's a two-time winner. Both those races have been at Happy Valley, and he should get the race run to suit. Bear Slam comes out that same race. He ran well. Willie Way's got a really good fresh-up record. He's won 3 times fresh from his 5 goes, and he won fresh up last season of 68, he's 63. And Dealmaker's up in grade. Now, look, he's won his last 2. He's got barrier number 8. The only query is, can he jump from Class 4 to Class 3? I think he can, but this is quite a strong Class 3 race.
On top for me is some value with one of the old stages here, Willie Way, coming out of the stable of Paul O'Sullivan. He's at 19 to 1 at the moment. He's had 3 trials to prepare for this, albeit one was back in July. I thought closed off really nicely in his recent trial. He has won fresh on the all-weather. His fresh win last season was on the turf. So 10 on top to beat perfect to play. Zach and Casper teaming up. Dealmaker goes in. Throw it in, Packing Warrior off the back of that trial behind. He's the one for us. He is fairly short in the market, though, 6.8. He was a lot shorter earlier, but more money has come in. But 10, 7, 11 and 1.
10, 7, 11, 1 for Tom. I chopped and changed a bit. I ended up coming back to Dealmaker because he looks a bit classy. But there's a few that look likely and close to winning. Let's take a break here on Racing to Win. When we come back, races 8, 9 and 10. A pair of Class 3s and a Class 2 to close.